It was the dawn of the baby boomers. The small boy living in the San Joaquin Valley of California with its broad alfalfa fields and lush fruit orchards grew up with a love of nature. It did not take long, however, for his attention to be captured by the new shining box that sat in the living room downstairs. His habit became to tiptoe down the steps of his farmhouse at night to the living room as his parents slept and bask in the shining box glow. Given a choice between the flash of the atomic bomb or the brilliance of the mouse that glowed from the box, the boy chose the mouse, and the mouse chose him. When the boy was 10, someone took a rifle and blew his president's head off. The shining box showed all the glorious details, and the end of the innocence was broadcast throughout the land. How could so much love and hate exist in the same land, he wondered. The perfect world was no longer. He passed through the storm of puberty during the Cold War, the Vietnam War, and the counterculture revolt of the 60s. His stick figure drawings took new form, and from then on his straight lines would bend toward the arc of curves. His love of nature expanded to the search for romantic and eternal love, and in California that meant a road trip to beauty and the beach. All artists and voyeurs dreamed to go to Hollywood, and he was no exception. Throughout his most formative years, it was the power of pictures that most fascinated him. The mouse lived in Hollywood. The shining box came from Hollywood. But like so many before him, he found that all was not brilliant in Tinseltown. On those city streets, the love of power was the drug that was fed to the people, and much of the land seemed in denial of its addiction. Why would he want to climb up the social ladder to see a better view of this, he pondered. The shining box had lied to him, and he eventually fled the circus without a tent. He traveled through Europe with the aid of his Swiss Army knife satire, and took glee in joining the great continental Mittelklasse. He searched his own identity in a foreign world. He gathered new information. He settled in a small Swiss village, Unter den Häusern, to seek peace and order in his life. He found some peace there, but the world around him remained restless. To his surprise, the shining box had a whole new look and personality. Not only could you watch it, but it had a third eye and could watch you as well. It was your big brother taking care of you and telling you more stories than the shining box ever did before. His big brother could introduce him to new dates, and his search for modern romance could be realized. He discovered the excitement of exchanging sunset selfies with his newfound computer partners. In fact, Big Brother made so many distractions and games for the people that Rome burned while the people fiddled away. While he had been getting to know his big brother and joining the narcissist world, the air he was breathing had become polluted, and angry birds crapping on the Kunsthaus were expressing their colorful criticism of man's folly. The oceans had become sick, and the adventures of dolphins were no longer songs of the happy and playful friends of the sea. And ivory and irony were spiritual hypocrisy. And because the air, water, and earth had become sick, the food he ate had become sick as well. The revolution of chickens was upon him, and he was lucky to realize it in the nick of time. It was the age of information, but whose story were you supposed to believe? He shut off his computer and its light dimmed as he looked at the clock. Time was your enemy and time was your friend. At that moment he longed to meet people and touch offline. Because when you touch humans, you touch nature also. And that is the recovery of the balance. It is the beginning of love. His crush on nature was on the right side of time.
thank you very much.